And yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
That's where everything started, got a sharp, and then Bartoma with the lessons.
Yes.
And it was also, for me, it was ear training kind of thing because I had wanted to play it, and what then happened was that I could also once I was a bit able to make a note or two, I was then able to even on my own, the national anthem. And I remember teaching it to others who gifty back in the days when we were still students together there, Kukulwani. So yeah.
Wow.
That's where this music journey started.
You're good today.
Yo,
I actually really want my daughter to play this.
When you speak of when you speak of the song that we opened with, Banda Le Basadi, it is an emotional song even for me, because it's a song that speaks of leaving, Banda Le Basadi Bashile Mashemu, because I think we find ourselves
yeah, I mean, yes, why not?
Yeah, it's good to be here. Mara, it's a song that cries out for that wealth.
Yeah.
Because Kimashimo Arona, we to an extent you carry situation of the beautiful things that were the simple life, but which was a rich life as well. We had land, we could plow, we could feed our kids, but then the men had to leave and the women had to leave. And those places became what? Dilapidated. Nobody looked after them. So our grandmother has a house, Kukachiba. So that's I think when we visited that house, it's where the idea of the song then came through, where I was crying out for what I was seeing there. Sorry, la mashimo bu kwa rena.
And life it's like really it's like a pillar of stone, but it's something that's really doable. But we all want
to be here.
Santini, Kodikataring, where things are happening, where you see your dream manifesting into reality. So going deeper, like with your music, I'm gonna play something by you, and we'll talk more about it.
And I think I have to play along with this one because I know violin.
It's about to go down, people. You better be ready.
Because it couldn't be.
Yes.
This one, Jubilee. Yeah.
Yes, guys, praise God, faithfulness. Yeah. Take your masikela, y'all.
Yeah, Tumi. Katara.
Yeah. Look at how happy he is, guys. So beautiful to be in your element, eh?
Yeah.
Up with it! That's the part that you decide.
Saga.
Look at the smile, y'all. Jackey masikela, y'all. Yeah. Ah. Now you come back, wait, here it is live.
Streaming live on ChavalComsRadio.co.za.
Yes, guys, yes.
Oh, it's hot in the studio.
Welcome back, guys. I'm sitting with Jackey Masikela, the violinist, guys. It's so amazing to have black men playing actual real instruments, that are considered to be, soft instruments. This is like soft life living. Let's be real, Mr. Masikela,
I mean, Santin after all.
Yeah, we're Santin and Benmore, the heart of Santin, So I
Yeah.
want you to tell us about, the most memorable performance you've ever had. What has been the most memorable performance you've ever had?
I think in as much as we played with groups and all those kind of things, I think for me the highlight and the most memorable I'd have to choose one we did last year for the first time as Jackey Masikela Ensemble, where we brought in everyone and put a show together. And it was at the Maurice Isaacson High School in Soweto. So for me, it was funded by or supported by Concert SA. So having to pull that off because we had to produce the show, we had to do the live streams.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to do the live streams, and we had to do what we also call what's this thing? Marketing the whole thing. So it was a holistic approach to the project. It was not just about being on stage. It was also about putting it together, marketing it, making sure that we've got bums on seats and we get people
to
stream.
So that you can get to perform.
Get to perform. And I guess the highlight of it is having to have pulled it off on our own, like as a team, not just most of the time I think when we played little basket, everything is done, it's behind the scenes, we don't know, and then we just get there, we do our thing, and then we go home. But having to do the other side of this entertainment,
it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. It's even by the time you play, because when you play, you want to pour out your heart. Yeah, you want to pour out your heart to the people, and you want to, they must feel the maybe the emotion you're going through when you are writing the songs. But at times, the behind the scenes, that's why I was one leading manager. And then you have to call 7 people before you get to jackey masikela next time.
And that's a problem with me. I mean, you need to be accessible. If you know, if you're in a field that's going to be celebrated, I mean, what's the point of having like 100 other
now
people?
I'm accessible, but I'd say maybe the other side sort of says I would understand or why because by the time the ranks as well, and by the time you are done with making sure that the tickets are sold, and you get to a point where you say, you know what, guys, showtime, let's just like if you don't know your notes by then, there's nothing more we can do for you. The show must go on. Let's start. But when you are on stage and you have been through those phases, it's too much.
But at the same time, I would say, so just to interject, that it teaches you the business.
The business, yes.
You know, because at some point you also want to stand on your own, have jackey masikela music, you know, where
and
you
the
now,
rap,
you know, recording stations, you know, like, you know, popping bottles, all those things are happening. You know, so going back into the instrument, because I'm very intrigued by the instrument, like how long a process is it to learn something like this? Like, is there a certain time that you can put and say, you know what, it's a 6-month course where you have to learn and the likes? How long a course is it? Like, how long does it take?
I'd say it's you know, when you start off like let's say a young kid, within a year, somebody should be able to put a note or two together and to play decently, to play a song, because there are methods that we use. I mean, there are lots of techniques. I mean, I can from the top of my head think of the Suzuki method, which teaches not even reading from the onset, but it teaches based on the tune, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. You know, like I was telling you about the stray older stay with Kumu, my grandson. He's already singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but by the time you give him an instrument and you say, you teach the variations, it teaches those variations that Twinkle Little Star, and then it's already something that he knows from going to crash. You know, they're saying it. So within a year of just consistently doing something, he'll be able to then play. To maybe within a year from starting, put together a concert just for the parents. Already. But I'd say in terms of learning an instrument generally, it's a lifetime thing. For as long as you're playing, there's always
it's an evolving thing. You
there's
can never
always
say you've arrived.
no. If you say you've arrived, that's where you crash him, and that's where you say, oh, imi. No, that's not what it's about. But it's about learning. It's about, you know, finding out new things. And somebody was saying artists need to talk about the status quo. You know, things are not good in the country. If you say you've arrived, what is it that you're gonna say about what's happening today? We use the music then to tell.
The story.
A song can, like the status quo can inspire a song. Then I come and I play this song, and then when I loud, this song is so painful. And then you go deep and say, what was happening here? Then the artist is able to tell you, no, here I was crying. What was happening? People are stealing. People are doing this and that. And for me, when I think of where we come from or where we were headed, what the dream was, it inspired this song. So, in order for you to be able to always be sensitive to what's happening, you can't say you've learned and you've arrived, but you must be open to say new things. What's happening? If I were to play, if I want to evoke this emotion, how will I do it on the violin? Because now, in terms of voice, shame, I can't sing. But then, but if you give me the instrument, then I'm able to at least maybe express whatever I'm feeling, and then maybe Lisa, then Lisa Babang. But
have you ever cried though? I know you're a man, and
I always cry. I have shame. Sometimes, and I don't like it. I don't like people seeing me cry.
Why? It's not a sign of weakness.
No, I know it's not, but it's I when you say that, like there's a friend of mine, Zico, and we once went to another friend's funeral in Polokwane. And then I was meant to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I played. Like I hid behind the instruments. I spoke Kanya, and then I played a hymn, Katsadilo.
Yeah.
But before I went up, yo, yes, it was a fiddle. But we had, she was sitting next to me, and we had a moment. Please give me a tissue, and then she gives me this tissue. By the time and then I said to her, because I know she also likes crying. I said,
yes.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
By the time she looked, it was over.
Oh my
I'm crying.
Yes.
She's crying. Because and I have to go and speak.
That was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. Like no. Now I don't subscribe to that thing of men don't cry. I do cry. If it's painful, it's painful, and you cry, you let it go, and you move on. You let it go. You move on, and then and then you are healed. Tomorrow's a new day, and it's you've dealt with that pain. It's always gonna be there. I mean, when I get a go high, how both parents now gone, and you've lived with these people for a lifetime. It's not
you know them.
There's never a time when you can say you've forgotten them. You remember them. You like, and then at times I was telling Kimang, oh no, not Nkupazaka. Somebody mentioned that we were out, and then somebody mentioned, hey, I nearly said to you, hi man, Kupa Mahao. And then I swore because you remember it's still fresh. Yeah, our mom passed away like last year around April. So, and I said, no, I understand. And I relayed a story to him. In 2005, when our dad passed away, I was gonna visit a friend in Devon, and I was running low on cash. And what's the first thing to do? Because my dad was my bank. I dialed his number. After dialing, oh shame.
Okay.
Yeah, I cried. It's called, I was saying to myself, have I forgotten? This man is no more. But also in hindsight, when I look at it now, I'm like, it's one of those that it's always a reminder to say, you've spent a lifetime with this person. There's no way you can just forget about them. They were here. Man. You can't necessarily say, baile. No, but then they live in you. That's why you want to reach out always. Or mama, if mama was here, type of thing.
So on that note, the memories, like having memorable times with the ones that are really dear to you. What has been your most memorable performance ever to date? That when you think about it, it's literally your happy place. Like your most memorable performance ever. If you have 2 or 3, share with us. Where were you? I know that with playing such an instrument, you've traveled. He's very well traveled, guys. He's probably on his 7th passport.
How I wish. I'd say, with the basket crew, when we were together, we did magic. But the magic always, I'd say, came when we played. Because we played a lot of Kwela music, where the Soweto String Quartet was our inspiration.
Okay.
We looked up to them, and they were like, here are these people who are taking this European instrument and by chaka chaka also, something we could relate to, And I think if you ever attended a basket concert, you'd see us. We would play the classical stuff, and once we were done, we put the music stands to the side, and we hit those notes. So once we played in the US, and then I think we were dancing Livo Angela Bassett back in the day.
Hello.
Oh, it's a mad. And we were invited there by this lady from the X-Files, Gillian Anderson, who was our teacher wanted us to travel to America and didn't know how she was going to do it, and I think she wrote to people there, and then somehow Gillian got hold of that thing and then and then we traveled, and then America was beautiful.
How long did you stay there? I'm sure it was hard coming back. Nobody told us
no. We were, I think most of our trips were about 2 weeks. The longest we've been away was I remember 2002. We went to New Zealand for almost a month. And a trip to New Zealand when it's about 28 hours, because we had to transfer, fly to this, fly. Jesus. So And by the time we were just relaxing, we had this chaperone, Mamita Haneka. Haneka comes there. I know, guys, let's go to the beach. I didn't come all the way here to just relax. Like,
but jet lag comes eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've had 3 weeks of playing. Now we want to just relax. Haneka comes and says, no.
Yeah.
Arin, let's go to the beach. Like,
Yes.
Haneka, this is my idea of relaxing. I want to watch cartoons and do nothing. Like, because we'd sit there and become couch potatoes, but they were like, there's beautiful sights out there. Let's go see the beach. These things are not there back in Soweto. With those nice blue waters and all those kind of things. So but performance-wise, to come back to your question, it must have been those where, you know, these stars that we always saw on TV who came to watch us in the US. It was, and at some point, Gillian Anderson had taken us to a set of the X-Files. She was shooting one time, and then we visited that set, like, and then there was a concert, and then all these people were there and we were dancing. And I mean, you know, or don't take, you are taking Europeans' music to Europe. No, I would say the music they responded positively to, more positive, was the music that was the content we were bringing, like the Kwela music, the stuff that we were playing, that we had arranged, some of them, and some of them had composed with the guys there. So those for me are the highlights of being in that space. I like the fact that we were able to just bring in music together and to, you know, play and to share. You know, it's amazing what it does in terms of friendships and longevity and other things in terms of how it helps you to move as a person. So I liked that when we were Kopasketi, because that was beautiful. I'll try it again. You're trying to send the song, yes. But that's what it was in terms of memorable performances, and yet still many more to come, I believe. And for me, I think the one thing as well is the achievements that you then get to achieve as a solo artist or as Jackey Masikela. Those for me are more I would say what's the more enjoyable, fruitful to me, fulfilling, yes, than the ones I came across when I was in a group setting, you know. So that's why I was saying the concert that we did last year, we put together and with the support from Concert SA and all those kind of things. That one was it was a project. It showed me, you know, the holistic, the bigger picture of the business. And at times, you are able to, and you'll be surprised how many, say, I'd say young artists, even others who are even older, but they've neglected the business side of things. So it's very important for all of us to know and learn, how to put together a concert. Where do you start? It's not a lot of people. You'll be surprised. A lot of people have played with big names, but then when they are supposed to put a show together themselves, then what? Oh my God, and obviously you must build your audience. You must. It's tough, and there are not many venues and all those kind of things. So,
So
it's one of those things.
I wanted to find out, while we're still going through your music, do you teach? Like, are you at that level now where you're actually able to teach, you know, and to impart? Are there any CSI projects that you are doing? Because remember the story that you told us on how you started when you followed those guys to deep.
It was at a
do you actually teach now?
When I left basket in 2003, because I was studying electrical engineering in Pretoria. So that's me. I get earlier on you asked, who's Jackey Masikela? He does a lot of things. So, but then I still wanted to carry on myself with receiving lessons. So I came across this lady, Hester Wallets. She was teaching there at St. Mary's, and then she also had other places where she was involved. So I was involved with her, and then we also got to be part of the Unisa Music Foundation. So I taught for some time in Mamelodi. About 4 years, I had some students that I was teaching that side in Mamelodi just to play as well. And at some point decided to go back to school to study something else, and then that's where it stopped. But yes, I have taught, and it's something I would consider going back to, because I see there's a need. Just that one needs to find the time, you know, to in between the 95 I have, I'm privileged to have, and this that I do on the side, and the what else do I do?
I mean,
and the studying
to who we are.
Yes,
and you can never box yourself, you know, because as much as, you know, like let's take Jesus, for instance. Jesus was a teacher, but there were many things that he was doing as well, you know, and we also need to understand that as people, you can never really do one thing, because we're always in a process of recreating or creating who we are, and we're always evolving, you know. So for me, like, I celebrate people like you that actually go for what they want, where they, you know, you take a chance, because you never really know what door will open, you know. And I think there's power in being in diversity, you know. So on that note, Jackey, we want you to play live. We want to hear live, you know, like baring a cappella. Is there such a word, like when it comes to an instrument?
What is it? Or they include what? Yes, I'd say or unplugged.
Unplugged. Oh yes, guys. Unplugged with jackey masikela. Yeah.
Well, then Jesus.
On that note, any
what I will put your phone, huh? Mara ngizwile king owakhona uyidownload. Oh. Badalay. I can look at it. Lala Banale was a hototla opel.
Okay.
No, Mara Banale was a relates. He's really,
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, you can play for us. This is real, guys. This is live. Wow. Jackey Masikela. Remember the name. Yes, wow.
Thank you very much.
Guys, we've had the pleasure of sitting in with Jackey Masikela live. Get it correct. Front row seats, guys. Don't
Front
be
row
jealous.
seats.
On that note, Batu, thank you so much for playing that beautiful, you know, song.
Yes.
What is that song all about?
Yeah,
It
that
sounds like a
song,
happy song.
it is, yeah. But you know how I even give these songs names? I can tell you not this one because I was saying it's called Ngizwile or Ngizwileng. I can say because at some point at some point I was introducing it. We're playing at a show. This one, the next one is called Ngizwile. Ngizwile, I can say you get him fun uzwile. But maybe the dreams, whatever. Like you know, guys. At times, yes, we mustn't necessarily ignore the fact that like when we like maybe people do speak to us. I don't know. I can say maybe that's what I had heard. Maybe the angels came and said, Mfana got over mnati, don't worry. So it might be on that tip or it gives wheel, but it was a melody. It was saying I want I stress. It's not a bad thing, it's just a bubbly type
like
of
have
thing.
you heard?
Type it could be or yes. Have you heard? Maybe things are gonna be fine. It might be on that tip. Mar, I think that's what we do in terms of when we create songs. At times we wanna leave you with question marks.
You
or
must ponder.
Yes, or you make of it what you want, because you're on your own journey. So it could be that you also you go away and then you're like, wow, that thing was speaking to me, and then you interpret it your way. But then whatever you come to, right?
Wow.
I think,
So, Jackie, do you have any shows, upcoming shows, and how can people get a hold of you? Are you on social media?
Yeah.
And of course, you've just released your single, Banale Basadi, where does one find you? Where does one get a hold of your music and the likes?
Yeah, we mostly in Pretoria, but we I think in September we'll have something. We are working on a concept.
Okay, will we be the first people to know?
Of course, I think once it's because there are artists and it's fine. It's one of those things. I can even mention it here. Myself, Mantan Clarks, and Morakes are gonna have because the music that we do is more of a Pedi kind of vibe. So we're gonna have a in Heritage Month, a sort of like a Pedi cultural show.
Wow.
At the State Theatre. So we will announce and then but if there's another show coming up, for now I think we are to go back to finish off the album, like you spoke of the single. I work with this friend of mine, the other time where we must finish your album, and I said, are you back from overseas? I deliberately wrote it overseas, and I'm back. So he said, well, my next week we must just go and finish, because that song that I was playing, the earlier one, it was Jubilee. The one that I played, it sort of has it was a backtrack type of thing for now, but now we must go add that violin, which is running the melody. So everything has been done. We've tracked bass, drums, and keys. Now we must just add that violin, and hopefully we'll release at the end of this year. But
have faith.
No, like
release that.
We'll release it. Yeah, I get it at times.
It's a lot.
I say H because this project has been a long time coming. I've been, but that's 11 anniversary in terms of concept that thing. It's late 2017.
Wow! And you just birthed it now, so everything is a process.
It's a process. Yes. But
I'm going to ask you a controversial question. Are you related to Hugh Masikela?
It's not a controversial one.
Really?
Of course,
I get most people that are related to stars, that are stars of stars of stars, they actually want to make it on their own without having to be identified by their parents or their grandparents and the like. That's why I say
no. I get it. Yes. No, we are related. Yeah. Without I say controversy or anything. Yes, but I'll say. When at least to Basotho, in that sense, but it is quite a close relationship because the family, we still keep in touch, like everybody else. So we are related to and most of the time when I meet you and you see you're a masikela, I'll find out to masikela guy, and somewhere along the line I do sort of put the threads together. Go East 11, go guy. But we do have a base where most of us or all of us come from East 11. So we've gone back there to even reclaim our roots. So so in as much as we're doing something about it. Because
plowing the land again. There's power in the land.
The show that we did last year, we call it Maruping Huabuelwa. That's saying. Because like where you've been, like if like you always want to go back to where it started. And that for me I think is very important. So that show we call it Maruping Huabuelwa because it was because I had started in Soweto, and then for me it was a highlight to go back and do my show in Soweto. Like I call it my show, but it was Jackey, Masikela, Ensemble. That's why earlier on when we were talking outside, or in terms of how we work. I keep pushing jackey masikela, and then Tumi can push Tumi.
Yes.
Tumi, yes. Yeah. But Tumi doesn't. Nothing stops Tumi from saying, "Jackey, come through Kavalinia how." And then let's push my project. So in the industry, that's the move.
To,
no. It's next time if Tumi can make it, I'm still jackey masikela and somebody. As long as jackey masikela ali thing.
Yes.
Wow,
hey, yes.
Isn't it? Hey, as long as jackey ali thing, then because we're talking about like the groups. Sometimes my figures without inclined. Theo would know he has had his solo album. Maybe push when you exist as a group like that, maybe in a little limitations because now even trying to come here, you know the struggle, I guess, trying to find musicians to come in because we were supposed to take over your studio.
Yes, I mean, hello guys,
but people are busy and Zaga from Mamelodi had just finished a rehearsal and all those kind of things. So nothing limits you. So that's why musically, I want to know what happens in this space is that people they work with a lot of people. So that collaboration. So Koto must know my music. Somebody else must know my music. If Koto as a drummer is unavailable, I can't. That's why now I never say to me my vocalist or Koto my drummer. No. People are in their own right. Yes, correct. Before I knew to me was doing something.
His own dues, you paid your
exactly.
Own dues, but
we come together. Exactly. When we come together, we are pushing this thing. He's agreed to be a part of the ensemble. Yeah, jackey masikela.
Wow.
Ningning, he'll call me and says he's doing Khotso Vilagazi, whatever. Then he says, I need you on 1, 2, 3. But we are pushing Khotso Vilagazi. Are we pushing group type of thing? Group really nice, but also
been flexible.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Then I don't mind being part of a group. I can be part of a group, but then exactly. People, and because at times I think historically people have just held on to the artist, and when the artist is gone, then what? And give it up for my guitarist. And that person is your colleague at that time on stage. Now most of the time I say give it up for Khotso on drums. That's it. He's not my drummer. He's Khotso on drums. He's a drummer, but he's not my drummer. Whoever. Am I gonna catch feelings?
You cannot own.
I can own, but I am privileged to then get to work with him when he's available on tour.
So just last but not least, like what has given you the perseverance? The power to persevere. In your craft, because it's not easy, it's never been easy, and dreams have to die. A seed has to die before it germinates. So what has kept you?
At times, but there must be a bigger power. I said,
Amen.
People get big about Utiku corner. Yes, and I think he'll remind you from time to time, Hori, are you not the one who said you wanted this? So I'm not able to really, out of all the questions you've asked me today, I'm better. But because it needs me to then think deep, I can only say, no, it's a bigger power than me who says to me, keep going, man. Like, in as much as maybe there can be slacking a bit, but I'm forever reminded, I started something. I said this is what I want to do. Even if, like earlier on, we spoke about Banna Lebasari as a single, or it's a concept, 2017, today more 2022. But eventually, when the album comes out, it is Banna Lebasari, because I really do believe it's timeless in the sense that it has that message that everybody can connect with. We all come from somewhere. And for the fact that we come from somewhere, like we do have a lament of some sort. As a people, that's why people are always moving. There's war, then people find themselves somewhere. Those people are able to listen to such songs and they can relate to those songs. At times, whatever little music, even though you don't speak the language, but that music, you don't even know what they're saying, but then you can resonate with that melody or whatever. So I think we are there. So in terms of perseverance and what has kept me, it must be God in I don't know, because I get check. I can't say or attribute it to an individual. It can be an individual because I'd say a bigger power, and then I'd say it's God, because Ning you start and you stop. But for starting and stopping, and at the back of your head, when there's something that says, this is what you want, this is, or that spirit always comes. That's why maybe getting his will and his way.
But in his way.
Yeah, somebody said melody la 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 la. Maybe that's what I heard. So that's why I get it. No, it's a bigger force that sort of propels me to keep doing it, to keep it, as much as I'm in Khalid and I'm not famous and I'm not looking to really be famous. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'm not. Yeah, because I still want to be reachable, like you was talking earlier on. You must be reachable. Not for million. I still want to go out there and have fun, in terms of, if I want to just be at a show where I don't have to get these guys or be able to get emotional maybe I've got something new to share.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Our door is
always those kind of things, those things, and at times we reach out to other audiences that if I did not come on this platform, I wouldn't know of, So it's always good to just remain grounded. So that's just me, in terms of how I want to do my things. Not to Rikibe, you say, when can you come? No, please call.
So on that note, voicemail, you have reached the voicemail system. So on that note, thank you so much for coming to the show. I mean, we've unpacked so nicely, in this hour. So we want you to usher us out, of course, and then please let us know of your handles: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Let us know, what are your handles.
I think on Facebook, jackey masikela, and then on Instagram, at Twitter, I think it's at Jackster Mass.
Hey,
I get a very easy Twitter at Jackster Mass, and then Mara, it's easy, man. Facebook, jackey masikela, and then Instagram, jackey_masikela. Those ones are easy. Because I get sometimes when you say you want this, but no, this name is taken. What it's even social media. So that's why on Insta I then went with putting an underscore, and then so that I just wanted to keep it. Osatlo Mata under this pseudonym 8,000. I will usher you out. Are you gonna sing along?
Yes, I will sing along. I'm ready. What are you gonna?
Yeah, I'll sing along.
Okay.
Maybe you can even give me a beat here. It took hard. Kids are not ma. 5, 6. Would like it 5, 6, 7, 8.
Here we go. Yes.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7.
Awesome.
Yes, guys, that was it. Jackey Masikela. Guys, catch him live on Instagram at Jackey_Masikela. On Facebook, he is Jackey Masikela. On Twitter, I won't really say much because when you click onto one social media platform, it will automatically lead you to his mainstream one, which is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you so much, Abuti Jackey. We look forward to having you, to knowing more about your events, and of course, to helping you push. Please also send us music. We want to know. We want to keep playing you on high rotation, guys. Jackey Masikela. Let's go.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
I'll tell you again out to me. The guy want narcos.
Second.
What the mother are connecting?
I disconnect.
What's that?
Hey.
You know I'm moving.
Oh, live.
You're coming to the light.
Sissy Boga is really. Hey, Puma. Hey, Kamiso. Sissy Boga, I just love you. Only people saw. Thank you so much, Monaco High.
Thank you, Koto. Oh, that didn't matter.
Hey, hey, kill. Ooh, I love you so much. Thank you, Titomoa. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you so much. Over and out. Thank you so much. That was great.
Thank you very much.
I want to shoot
Yeah.
Hey, it's midnight.
Why not?
How about that America?
I also just trained you. I will teach my sisters.
Why? Yeah,
Send it again. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, bye. Yeah.
But I am about to so, my friends were listening.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah. I was saying hot on a big. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You don't phone it. Like you don't phone it. Like, I think I didn't come maybe the one.
Yeah. What I will do, I will communicate with you.
Please let me know.
From this week.
I'm with you anytime you see time. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye, Nick. Thank you.
You didn't sit. You didn't sit.
I think that's it. I didn't touch.
Okay. Can I sit?
Sure.